A heartbreaking journey through Somalia's endless cycle of corruption. Somalia's landscape is marked not only by its arid deserts and beautiful coastline, but also by the deep scars of a society ravaged by corruption. This is a tale of missed opportunities and broken promises, a narrative woven into the very fabric of everyday life, where the shadow of corruption stretches long and foreboding, casting a pall over the hopes and dreams of its citizens. Since the fall of Siad Barre's regime in 1991, Somalia has tumbled into a relentless cycle of conflict and chaos. The power vacuum left by the collapsed government led to an era dominated by warlords, each carving out territories for exploitation. As these factions vied for control, the concept of a unified, peaceful Somalia seemed a distant memory. The resulting lawlessness bred an environment ripe for corruption, where transparency and accountability were often sacrificed on the altar of survival and power. Imagine a life where every interaction with public institutions is laced with the expectation of a bribe. From the police who should protect you to the teacher who educates your children, the tendrils of corruption are inescapable. Hospitals lack basic supplies, not due to a shortage of funds, but because those meant for the sick are diverted to line the pockets of the unscrupulous. The people's resilience is tested daily, their spirit battered by a relentless struggle against a system that seems designed to exploit them at every turn. In recent times, despite numerous attempts at reform and international aid, little has changed in the lived reality of the Somali people. International reports consistently rank Somalia as one of the most corrupt nations globally. Transparency International's Corruption Perceptions Index has often placed Somalia at the very bottom, highlighting a stark global recognition of its troubles. Efforts by the federal government, such as the establishment of an anti-corruption commission, have yet to make a significant impact on the ground. The sad truth remains that for many Somalis, these initiatives feel like mere drops in an ocean of corruption. The cost of corruption in Somalia is not just measured in economic terms, but in human lives. The young are the hardest hit, with many having never known a life free from conflict or corruption. Education, a pathway to potential prosperity, remains a luxury many cannot afford or access consistently due to corrupt practices. Healthcare, too, is a mirage in many parts of the country, with corruption eroding the quality and availability of medical care. The dreams of a generation are being crushed under the weight of corruption, leaving a trail of disillusionment and despair. Voices from within Somalia cry out for change, for an end to the cycle of corruption that has held the country hostage for far too long. These voices are joined by the international community, offering support and demanding accountability. Yet the road to reform is fraught with challenges. Corruption is deeply entrenched, woven into the very systems that would be responsible for dismantling it. The story of Somalia is indeed a sad one, filled with tales of what could have been. A country blessed with a strategic geographical position and abundant resources remains crippled by the greed and short-sightedness of those in power. The people of Somalia endure, their resilience a stark contrast to the bleakness of their situation, forever hoping for a day when they can reclaim their nation from the clutches of corruption. This narrative, rooted deeply in the factual history and current affairs of Somalia, as chronicled by various global watchdogs and historical accounts, paints a vivid picture of a nation struggling under the heavy burden of corruption, a burden that robs its people of the brighter future they so richly deserve.